Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a great day today. Today we did this full face of drugstore cruelty-free makeup. As a lot of you guys may know, I am fully cruelty-free, but I thought I'd create a whole video catered to cruelty-free and drugstore. So for those of you who want to save a few bucks, aka me, can find some good picks at the drugstore that are cruelty-free. Let's not make this intro too long. If you want to follow my social medias, they'll be here on the screen. But without further ado, let's get right on into the video. Okay guys, so first I am going to take this Born to Glow Illuminating Primer by NYX. It is quite illuminating. I honestly have to do a little bit more research and find a little bit does not go a long way with this primer, by the way. But as I was saying, I need to do a little bit more research and find out some better cruelty-free drugstore primers, because that's kind of where I lack with primers. All my primers that are go-to primers are high-end, and I just want to do a little bit more research on the drugstore. Okay, so the next product I'm going to use today is the PIXI H2O Skin Tint. This is a little bit more pricey, but I still consider this brand drugstore if you want to invest a few good products from them. They do have really good products, but you are going to be paying like anywhere from 10 to 20 rather than like 5 to 12 on most drugstore brands, you know? But I really do like this. The only thing is their shade range does suck, and I hate promoting things on my channel that have a horrible shade range, so I apologize. But I know there are a lot of other good drugstore foundations out there, like the Wet n Wild Photofocus foundation. They have a decent shade range. It's not great, but it is better than some drugstore. So I would recommend looking into that. I just really like this foundation, and I just want something that's not a lot of coverage today, just because I just don't care. Just don't care too much today. And I can cover up anything I want to cover up with concealer. Okay, guys, for concealer today, I'm gonna use two. So today I will be using the Photofocus Concealer by Wet n Wild, as well as the ColourPop Concealer. If you're slightly darker skin tone than me, or even much darker, they do have a better shade range, but this is the lightest shade and it doesn't do a lot of brightening for my skin. However, I do really like it for covering like my dark circles, because it does have like a good undertone for that. So that's why I'll be using the ColourPop one as well, because it has a much brighter shade range and it does have quite a good shade range too. So I recommend looking into the ColourPop concealers if you haven't tried it yet and you're looking for a cruelty-free, affordable concealer. Okay, so now that we have the concealer blended out, I'm taking my Wet n Wild Photofocus Pressed Powder, and I'm going to start by setting my under eyes with this. This is quite a good powder for that. I have the shade Warm Light, which is just like, I would say it's more or less translucent, but it still has some sort of a tint to it. So I know a lot of people use this shade that have a fair or light skin tone. So if you have a fair or light skin tone, I think this shade would work for you. But if you don't, they do have quite a few shades on their website. You could just carry on with this powder, but I just want to spice it up a little bit. So I'm going to set other areas of my face with the Milani Prep Set and Glow. This is like a super glowy powder, so I don't want to overdo it. I just want to take a little bit and powder my cheeks. I normally don't set my full face, but I do like to set areas that I put more powder on top, so that the powder blends seamlessly and doesn't stick to a tacky foundation base. So I usually just put it like on my cheeks and then just the perimeter of my forehead and my jawline. Okay, I am actually gonna hop off camera to do my eyebrows and then to prime my eyelids, but because this is a cruelty-free drugstore video here, I wanted to show you what I was using. I'm going to be using the ColourPop Brow Boss pencil. This is a wonderful pencil. I really do like this. And then I am going to be using the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara in Blonde. And then to prime my eyes, I'm going to be using the Photofocus Wet n Wild Concealer. This is the only concealer I've ever found that I can prime my eyelids with and it won't crease. Like I usually have to use, absolutely have to use a mattifying, thick eyeshadow primer, which I do prefer, but this is the only concealer I found that will work. So this is what we're gonna use. But I'll be right back with you guys after I'm done with that. Okay guys, so I have my eyebrows done And I primed my eyes again with that Wet n Wild concealer, and then I set it with the Wet n Wild powder I've been using throughout this video. I'm so excited to jump into eyes because I'm so excited to show you guys the Makeup Revolution Soph times Makeup Revolution palette. This is a awesome palette. Like, I cannot tell you guys enough how awesome it is. The packaging seems better than most drugstore. I did break my mirror. There's a big, huge crack in it, but that is my own fault. I've used this a few times and I've really, really enjoyed it. We have so many shades here to choose from. And Soph Does Nails is one of my favorite YouTubers. She is a UK YouTuber. She is so creative and so beautiful. I actually mentioned her in my Instagram story a couple of days ago. By the time this video goes up, it'll probably have been a week or week and a half ago. But if you don't know about her or you don't follow me on Instagram, 1, follow me on Instagram. 2, I will leave her link to her channel down below. She has no idea who I am. I just really, really, really love her. And she created this palette with Makeup Revolution. If you were unaware, Makeup Revolution is cruelty free. And you can find these palettes now in American Ultas. Ulta's in the US, that sounded a lot better. Ulta's in the US, you can find this palette. Actually, I did find it at my personal Ulta, but I had already bought it online from Tam Beauty, which is a company that Makeup Revolution is. I'm just rambling a lot. You know what? I don't know what I'm doing. Let's just get on into the eye look. I have no idea what I want to do for this eye look, but we've got a lot of colors here, so we can pull something together. Okay guys, so I'm first going to take this orangey shade right here, and I actually have this little sheet of paper that tells me the names, and it is called Cloudberry. Cloudberry? I'm not sure what that is, but that is what it's called. And there is a little bit of sparkle in this shade, but it is a matte shade, so the sparkles will probably brush away. But this is what we're using in the transition, and it's quite pigmented, as you can tell. I should probably zoom you guys in. Y'all wanna be zoomed in? Okay, so we have that orangey shade laid down in the crease. I am now going to jump into this brownie reddy, mainly red, but with a little bit of brown in it. And this shade is called Danger. But anyways, I am just going to kind of keep this in the crease a little bit higher so that my eyes look bigger, and also to warm up the transition. But this is also going to be used to deepen things up a little bit, so yeah. Okay, so moving on to the next shade, we are going to take this shade right here, and that one is called Tiramisu, which is a yummy dessert. Okay, so I am keeping this shade way more precise, like in the transition, or the crease, blah, 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 the crease, and in the outer V to deepen things up and create like a gradient from dark to light. I'm taking a little bit more of the Danger shade, which is that more red shade, and just blending it through again to blend it in with the Tiramisu shade we just placed down. And then I'm taking the original brush we used and a little bit more of that orangey transition shade, and I'm just gonna blend it through the transition. Okay guys, I'm looking real pasty on the camera. I'm trying to decide what shimmer shade I want to place on the lid. I think I'm gonna do the cranberry shade because I never use cranberries because they're not my favorite, but today let's just branch out. So I'm taking this shade right here, my handy dandy. This is called Festive Flame. Ooh. I'm first gonna place it down without spritzing it, and then I'm gonna go in and place another layer down, but it's gonna be a spritzed layer. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit more of Tiramisu on the same brush we used Tiramisu with earlier, and just kind of like blend it through so that there's a little bit smoother of a transition with the shimmer into the matte. Okay guys, I'm gonna take Tiramisu on the lower lash line. I think I'm gonna keep the lower lash line that simple because I don't want it to ever be like too much. With reds, sometimes that can really look really harsh on my eyes, because I got fair features and some pale skin and some blue eyes. Okay guys, so this was the completed look with this Makeup Revolution times Soph palette. This palette, I believe, is $10, which is a pretty good deal for an eyeshadow palette. It's either 10 or 15. Let's double check. So this palette is $15, guys. This is a wonderful palette for $15. It has really good reviews online already on the Ulta website. So if you do want to purchase this, I recommend purchasing it through Ulta if you are in the United States, and if you are not in the United States, you're in the UK or something and you really want this, the Tam Beauty website, that's how I bought it. Okay guys, for bronzer today, I might use 2 bronzers because I really like bronzers. You totally don't have to, but I'm slightly extra. So I think I'm gonna start with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I have the shade Bronzer. I know they have a light bronzer and I think they came out with darker shades, but I'm not too sure. So I'm just gonna start with like a light wash of this all over my cheeks and a little bit down my jawline, and then a little bit on the forehead, the perimeter. It's like one of my favorite places to bronze and contour. And this is quite a good shade to contour my nose with. So I'm gonna take this butter bronzer and contour my nose with it. And then I like to do that with my lower lip as well to make it look a little bit bigger. Okay, and for fun, I'm also going to take my ColourPop California Dreamin' Bronzer. I've used this in plenty of videos. You guys know how much I love it. It's super warm, super fun, makes you look tan and gorgeous, but it's not orange at all. But because we already have some bronzer down, I'm just taking a little bit. I really like to add that warmth, you know? You know? And then we always want to bring just a little bit down the neck. Unless your foundation is darker than your neck, then you want to bring a little bit more down your neck, which happens to me a lot. For blush, I was kind of deciding between the Milani Baked Blush and Baked Blush in Luminoso, but you guys have seen me use that plenty of times on my channel, so I think I'm going to go into this Essence Satin Coral Blush. This is such a good blush, and well, I wouldn't know because I personally haven't used it yet, but everyone has talked about it, raved about it all over YouTube, so I'm really excited to try this. But I did buy this quite a long time ago. I don't know why I haven't used it yet. But it is this pretty like corally, super pale corally nudie blush, nudie tootie. So yeah, it's called Satin Coral. Shade number 10, Satin Coral. Although at my Ulta, I think this is the only shade they have, so I don't know if they have more. And sometimes what I like to do after I apply my blush is take my bronzer brush and just kind of like sweep it around the blush just to make sure everything's blended really well. But this is a really pretty blush. I actually really like it. It's like quite subtle, but it blends really well on the skin and it really complements the eye look we have on today. The next thing is actually the most exciting part of this video. I think I mentioned it in a previous video, but I haven't like used it in the video. I just mentioned that I was wearing it. That is the Makeup Revolution times Soph highlighter palette. This is a $12 highlighter palette. I did just check when I was checking the price of her eyeshadow palette. This is amazing. If you are a working makeup artist or you're just at home doing your own makeup, this is so cool because like you have a highlighter shade for every skin tone and you can kind of play around, mix shades to work better with your skin tone, or you can use half of them as eyeshadows and half of them as highlighters and vice versa. So I really love this. I've genuinely been using this like crazy I think I've had it for almost 2 weeks now, and I think I've told myself to use a different highlighter a couple of those days because I've genuinely just been reaching for this every day. My favorite shades in the palette are these 3. This like champagne-y with a slight pink undertone, this gold one, and then this like muted gold. So I think what I'm gonna do is take the muted gold and then maybe top it off with the more bright gold. This is a little dark for my skin tone, but this highlighter formula is so great that it just looks so good on the skin and I'm not really worried. Like, do you see that? It's so pretty. It's like such an amazing formula for $12, like, and you get 8 freaking shades. Take some down the nose and then on the tip. And then on the forehead to like strobe the forehead a little bit, because you guys know I like to look like a glazed donut. And Cupid's bow, a little bit on the chin, nothing crazy though. And then we're gonna take those same shades. Well, actually I didn't use the gold one yet. Let's top a little bit of that more bright gold. Oh, ooh, why am I being such a weirdo? So for the eyes, I'm gonna take a mixture of those 2 shades again, the muted gold and the bright gold. And for my brow bone, I'm gonna highlight it with those. And then I'm also gonna take these on the inner corner. So to set my face, I'm gonna take my PIXI Glow Mist. This is obviously a drugstore option as well. I think this is a $15 setting spray, which is a little bit more than your average drugstore setting spray cost, but I've gone through 3 bottles of these and I keep purchasing them. It's so good. I am going to apply some mascara off camera because it's not fun to watch somebody apply mascara. Who likes that? But the 2 drugstore mascaras I'm going to be using today are the NYX Doll Eye Mascara and the Essence I Love Extreme Crazy Volume Mascara. I really want to try the new NYX mascara. What is it called? It's called like, oh, let's look it up because I really want to go out and buy it. Oh, it's called the NYX Worth the Hype Mascara. I've heard really good things about it, but I'll have to try it and let you guys know. But anyways, these are the 2 I'm going to be using today. Okay guys, I also forgot to mention that I used the PIXI Lower Lash Mascara. It's like my favorite mascara for the lower lashes because it doesn't like bleed or just like run at all. It doesn't. It really is good. Today I'm using for lips the shade Layover by ColourPop. This is the new ColourPop Lux Lipsticks. I'm really excited. Okay guys, so this is our final look here with the Makeup Times Revolution Soph palettes with the new ColourPop Lux lipsticks. We've got a lot of things here that we don't talk about very much on my channel. The Essence blush, the 2 mascaras, NYX Doll Eye and Essence, what is this called? I Love Extreme Crazy Volume Mascara. Got some great stuff. The ColourPop bronzer, the Physician Formula Butter Bronzer. I'm really loving this look here. I hope you guys are too. Okay guys, thank you so much for tuning in today and watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up if you want to. Just click that button. Makes my day a lot brighter. And also don't forget to subscribe if you are new here and you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos like this, you definitely gotta subscribe. If you want to follow my social medias, they'll be on the screen right here and also listed down below in the description box. But I will let you guys go. Have a great morning, noon, evening, day, night, whenever it is that you're watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!